I wanted just to give a brief introduction. My name is Adara Heilman, and I am the Director of Children's Advocacy here at the ARC of New Jersey. And I am joined today by our New Jersey Self-Advocacy Program. We are joined by Erin Smithers, who is the Director of the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Program, along with self-advocate panelists Ellen, Ginamarie, and Shondel, for an empowering and informative webinar about the importance of speaking up, getting involved, and making your voice heard. During this session, our New Jersey SAP participants will provide an overview of the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Program and how it supports individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in becoming confident self-advocates. The panelists, Ellen, Ginamarie, and Shondel, will share their personal experiences, insights, and the impact self-advocacy has had on their lives and their communities. I'm so glad that you're here to join us so that you can learn about taking an active role in your own life and community and how it can lead to greater independence, stronger connections, and have a lasting impact, not only on your life, but on your community. Whether you're just beginning your advocacy journey or you're looking to strengthen your voice or your leadership skills, this session is going to inspire, encourage, and inform.
Thank you, Adara, for the introduction and the opportunity to present this panel of advocates to talk about important topics like advocacy and getting more involved in advocacy. So I want to thank you all so much for joining us today for this panel about the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network, or the NJSSAN. Today, we will be talking to members of the NJSSAN. Each of these members are very experienced advocates. In today's panel, we will be learning what the NJSSAN is, what it means to each participant, how you can join, and why it is important to advocate for yourself and for others around New Jersey. I'd like to take a minute, though, to go around and have our panel participants introduce themselves. Shondel, would you like to start?
Hello, I'm Shondel. I'm from Atlantic County. I'm also a vice chair for Council 4 and 5, also a board member for the ARC of Atlantic County.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ginamarie. I live currently in the Warren County of our state, New Jersey. I be a self-advocate of every level you can think of: county, town, state, and the federals. And I involve myself in communities where I feel safe, like the ARC, and I'm happy to be here. Hopefully, we can learn and appreciate to continue to grow, to strengthen our voices for a safe function of life. Thank you for coming.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. I am Ellen Moskowitz. I'm the chairperson of Council 4 and 5. I'm from Atlantic County, New Jersey. I'm with the ARC of Atlantic County.
So I'm going to ask everybody a series of questions, and we will be doing a Q&A session at the end. So if there's any questions for our panelists, you can write them in the chat or in the Q&A, and we will get to them at the end of the presentation. So Ellen, can you explain how the NJSSAN is broken up?
Say Council 1.
Council 1 is Hunterdon, Essex, Morris, Warren counties. Council 2 is Bergen, Passaic, Essex, Union, Hudson. Council 3 is Ocean, Monmouth, Mercer, Somerset, Middlesex. Council 4 is Salem, Burlington, Gloucester, Camden. Council 5 is Cumberland, Cape May, Atlantic.
All right, and then we also have a brand new statewide AM council. Excellent. Yes. Shondel, who are the members of the advisory board or the AB?
Who are the members of the advisory board of the AB? The chair and vice chair of each council, an independent advocate who is chosen by the advisor of the council, meets mentors are also encouraged to participate in the advisory board. Mentees are reading roles, responsibilities. We started, hold on, the membership program 2 years ago to encourage new members to get more involved and learn more involved and learn more and learn from members who've been advocating for a very long time. The chair from each council mentors a new council member, helps them understand how to get the most out of the NJSA and the meetings.
Excellent. Ginamarie, who can
Yes.
join the NJSSAN?
Okay, yes. So the ARC, one of the many ARC programs of New Jersey's statewide self-advocacy network is free, and it's open to anyone who lives in our state that has IDD, that's intellectual or developmental disables. And that's huge function level. So like as long as you have a way to communicate, like we have a member that is nonverbal, but that uses tech device. So you hear it through the computer. Like we not discriminate. There's no ableism here. So everybody's welcome. And it's free.
Thanks, Ginamarie. Ellen, how often do the councils meet?
They meet every month
Do we meet in person or on
on
Zoom?
Zoom. On Zoom.
Excellent. And all of the councils take off 2 months for vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the groups do take off for December. I think actually all the groups do take off for December, but it varies in the summer. Some take off in June and some take off in July.
Right.
All right, Shondel, how do you get into a position in the councils and what are those positions?
Positions are voted on and held for 2 years or next vote in 2 years at our in-person retreats in February. We just held an election this year. The positions are chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, and sergeant of arms.
Excellent. Ellen, can you talk a little bit about what the chair and the vice chair positions are about?
Okay, the chair and vice chair lead the meetings. They take in what the members are interested in talking about or learning about, and they apply that to the agenda. The chair and vice chair need to be on the same page, because the vice chair takes over whatever the chair is unavailable. The chair and vice chair should talk in between meetings to stay up to date.
Ginamarie, What does the secretary and the treasurer do?
Okay, the secretary, for each council, there's a secretary and treasurer position, and the secretary takes care of what's called the minutes, which be like takes attendance and takes the notes to discuss what's being done during our meetings every month. And then the secretary also keeps everyone up to date with what happened at the last meeting that's like with in the minutes so we stay organized and remember so we can keep move forward. And then the treasurer keeps track of the finance reports and the dues that be collected for the fundraisers. Like my council's Council One, we did this amazing fundraiser with Jersey Mike. Jersey Mike is a sub place. They have regular as well as gluten-free options, and they partnered with us and we got a great response. So they do fundraisers, and the treasurer also keeps track of who pays the dues and how much money the council has and what's in our account. And if the chair and the vice chairs not be available during the meetings, the secretary will lead the meeting. And then if the treasurer will lead the meeting, if the secretary also no be avails.
Shondel, what about the sergeant at arms? What do they do?
The sergeant of arms and the sergeant at arms and adjourn the meetings. They'll also keep order in the meetings. The sergeant of arms will read the code of conduct, remind everyone of the house rules so everyone knows what is expected of them. The of sergeant at arms will also lead the meeting if no other officers are available.
Fantastic. Ellen, what do the mentees do during the meeting?
The mentees should experience as much as they can, ask questions, and take notes if needed for their personal gain. They should work closely with the chair and vice chair to gain experience and knowledge about advocating. The goal is to make this new advocate feel welcome, experienced, and excited to get more involved in the NJSSAN.
And Ginamarie, what does the independent advocate do during the meetings?
Okay, the role of the independent advocate is the advisory board meetings is an extra helper that can talk about experiences outside of our what we do in the statewide safe advocacy network meetings. And they talk about what they do in the local council meeting went over, and they can also bring topics of interest in the area of the AB. I don't know what that means, AB. Okay, yeah.
Advisory board.
Oh, thanks, Ellen.
You're
Good
welcome.
morning.
Shondel, what are some things that the advisory board does, and how does it differ from the councils?
The advisory board, the advisory board on state issues, while the councils focus on local council issues. The AB also picks picks the themes, fundraiser, and topics for our annual conference as well as theme for developmental disability awareness in March. The A participates in campaigning with letters when we add a official statement. Most importantly, the AB also come up with a list of priorities for the council to work on.
Yeah. Ellen, what are some of those priorities that the AB is working on this year?
They are the current list of priorities involve home and community-based services, housing for people with IDD, transportation, supported decision making, and alternatives to guardianship and raising awareness of IDD issues. These priorities are picked at the beginning of every year on new topics. New topics will be picked at the January meeting.
Right. So now, Ginamarie, what does self-advocacy or advocacy mean to you?
Um, that word's very loaded. And when we were going over this, it was like, wow. But for me, it's a feeling of being safe with my life as I live and using the connections and communications with others around me.
Shondel, what does advocacy or self-advocacy mean to you?
To speak out for families and people with IDD to have the right to vote and have the right and have the speech.
Excellent. And Ellen, what does self-advocacy mean to you?
It means helping out other people who can't talk up for themselves and helping them out with different things they might need help with and making sure that they have the tools that they need for themselves.
Excellent. Ginamarie, what are
Yes.
some of the different ways that you can advocate for yourselves or for others around the state?
We can join groups like the ARC's statewide self-advocacy network that we're talking about and introducing you to today. We can write letters. We can go. Every county in New Jersey has an Office of Disabilities. You can join that council as an IDD person living it, a family member, a case manager, it's open and that you have a right to do that. Voting, using our voting rights, participating on the state Council for Development Disabilities. They rotate some of us around. I know someone now that's on there. And there's a lot that I not be remembers. But I wanted to mention, Miss Ellen mentioned about some of the advocacy board highlights focus areas and transportation be one of them. So recently, in Trenton, we have the assembly people and then we have the Senate people. So in Trenton, there was the assembly part of Trenton passed the bill to make it necessary for Access Link. A lot of people know Access Link to announce the stops. Like you be think, oh, aren't they doing that already? Because the regular buses do it, the airport does it, this does it, that does it. No, they're not doing that. And when we reasonably accommodate and ask for that because of the need of our function level to feel safe, that's what advocacy is meaning. So we got together, many groups of us got together, and the assembly in Trenton passed that. So now it's going to the Senate. So that's part of what this program with the ARC does too, brings stuff to continue to allow us to share our experiences and be connected and feel safe while we're doing that.
Thanks for sharing. Shondel, why is being a member of the NJSSAN important to you?
Speak out for what's right, to get out and testify for the DSP wage increase. They work so hard for their clients that they serve with IDD.
You guys have been fighting for that for many years, and we've been very grateful to have legislators put that into action. And that's all because of a lot of the advocacy work that you guys do. So, Ellen, what are some of the things that the NJSSAN have accomplished over the years?
Showing the importance of Medicaid and Medicare for people with IDD. We create templates and campaign surrounding important issues. We worked with New Jersey Transit to make transportation more accessible. We testify about raising DSP wages, prompting marriage equality, where New Jersey Transit more accessible, testify about raising DSP wages, promoting marriage equality for people with disabilities, removing the R word from the DSM and New Jersey state forms. We are also working on helping other states with issues like stopping electric shock therapy on people in Massachusetts.
Yeah, that is actually something that the councils have been working on for almost a decade now. So you guys are working really hard on that. Ginamarie, what is something that you want to express to the people here about the NJSSAN or about advocacy?
Well, the ARCS network of the self-advocacy is a safe platform, so where we can express ourselves and grow together and share experiences. And as Miss Erin pointed out, it's a process that is very long. And sometimes we will never be around to see the results, but we're still in motion. That's the important part. We're always in motion. And I've developed stronger voice since I've been connected and I able to reach out more. And I'm excited that there's interest in this. So thank you for allowing me to express that. And the word advocacy, I not think I understand it well. And the word it's a big word and people are like scared of it maybe, or like, oh, I'm not able to advocate. But any little, like if you eye roll, like if you just eye rolled me when I be said that, like that's advocating for yourself. You know what I mean? Like there's no amount of expression, voice connection that is too small. That there's power whether it's large or not. Like you could whisper and it holds just as much power as a shout. That's what advocacy means to me. And we're together, all of our little whispers is impacting the quality and safety of our lives as we live. And that's what advocacy is. It's just living to gain the confidence and the connection that every aspect of everybody is should be able to be due. So that's why I advocate for not just me, but the others that maybe don't want to speak out, whether it's a shout or a whisper.
Thanks, Ginamarie. Shondel, this is your first term as our advisory board president. What made you want to run for
Exciting.
president, and what has it taught you?
I believe that I would do a good job of being president. I love talking to different state representatives about Medicaid and issues in our community faces. I would like to bring out, well, I didn't bring out in my introduction, I recently graduated from policy class last week.
As Shondel, you did a fantastic job. We're so proud of you. Ellen, do you have any last thoughts on why people should become members of the NJSSAN?
It gives you the opportunities to meet other people from other ARCs and other programs. It helps you make new friends and lets you network with other advocates around the state.
Excellent. So I want to thank you all for participating in today's panel. We do have some time for questions. If anyone has anything they would like to ask our panelists, you can enter it in the chat box or in the Q&A box. People have asked, what got you involved in advocacy? How did you get started? Ginamarie, do you want to start? How did you get started in advocacy?
I had no choice. It's as we live. It see, I this is why I this word is like so like to me because everybody advocates. You not need to be like IDD or considered on spectrum. That's another word that I not like to use. um Everybody advocates in their life, and I not think people realize that. So I always did this. I think the response I gave you the last time on another thing we did was when babies cry in life. That's one of the first communications, is one of the first advocacy communications that a life does when they cry. um a lot of people think because you're nonverbal, you can't advocate, you can't communicate. That's not true. And a lot of these caregivers that have these children, or they could be like a full grown adults now, they're aware of that, you know. So I I I had to do it for self growth, to create a safe space for me, and to stand up for to continue to live. Like I wasn't just gonna be okay with some of the things going on. Like when you pick your colored clothes, or your shampoo or your soap, like that's advocating, because you go to the store, you're overwhelmed with all these choices. Like when you make a choice, that's an advocate choice. So that's why I view that word different than a lot of other people do. I hope I answered that propers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no wrong way to answer these questions, right? Ellen, what got you involved in advocating?
What got me involved in advocating was when I first moved into the ARC, and a staff member named Jerry Ryan first started the self advocacy for Atlantic ARC, and we started meeting every first Wednesday of the month, and we did it at the ARC office, and we got other people from the different programs like supervised departments and group homes to come to the meeting, and learn how to advocate for themselves. Some people who live with the Arc of Atlantic use the technology speaker talking boxes. Some can speak for themselves, and that's what I try and help them do. So when they type it in, if the speaker is not turned up, I help read it and let the advisor who runs the meeting know what they want to say.
Fantastic. Ellen, how long ago was that?
Uh,
Do you remember?
I guess back in the 80s, between the 80s and 1990s, somewhere around there.
So, about
Yeah,
30 to 40 years.
yeah,
Excellent.
about that. Because when I moved in with the ARC, I moved in with the ARC in 1989. So she started off with it. And then when she ended up moving on to a different place, then Shireen McDonald took over the Wonder Workers that Jerry Ryan started.
Shondel, how about you? Do you have a vivid memory of when advocacy became a part of your life?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I I just moved in South Jersey like way while back. I'm a northern baby. I was
Mm-hmm.
a volunteer uh, uh, in the office in North Jersey, but when I came to South Jersey, I didn't know
Oh, Shondel, you're breaking up again.
until I moved into the art. I didn't know nothing about self advocacy until I moved into the art. Cause I'm a North Jersey guy, and like I said, I was volunteering in the office. I was a membership coordinator, and when I got into the art, that's when I knew about self advocacy. That was like in my, I don't know, it was sometime when I had a manager named Anna and Will when they delivered management at Pacific.
And another thing that the network does for a lot of us is it overlaps our concerns for our connection to function in our lives. So it allows us to focus so where we can get results, because sometimes like I know throughout the day, like I have so many thoughts and so many things, it's overwhelming. But what I'm on council one for part of the breakdown for Jersey. It helps to um provide us with areas that are concerns for us that we have to voice together to be stronger so we can function as a whole of society. Because I think sometimes people think like a reasonable accommodate is a dirty word or it's a special privilege, but it's really not. Like if you go into a building, you wouldn't think twice about using the elevator. Well, use the stairs if you're able to use the stairs or a ramp. Like that was part of the accessible request of accommodations. And now it's like, commonplace and everybody takes for granted. Like where did that come from? A lot of people don't pause and be like, where did that start off? Where did that come from?
And also to make sure that the cutouts along the pavements at different places are accessible when you go across the street to get to the other side, or when you're going into
Yeah,
a building, to make sure that that cutout is accessible to go into the building from the street.
yeah,
To make sure that there's a safe spot for you to wait for Access Link to pick you up, and make sure that the restaurants have handicap accessible bathrooms that are not so tight to get into. And that's what I have. And I also have written letters to my congressman, which is Jeff Andrew, about different ideas that I have thought of. Like, I have tried to get a bus stop on the corner of Cologne and the Black Horse Pike, and the corner and in front of my apartment complex, because there's no bus shelters there. And I've been working on that for a long time, and it's just taken a long time to get it.
You
That's
don't,
what I've been working on.
you don't give up.
Yeah.
No, I don't, because it's people have been sitting on shopping carts, shopping carts, and waiting for the bus in front of my complex, and waiting for the bus on shopping carts on the Black Horse Pike. And they take them from Walmart, and then Walmart has to come around and collect them. So then they have to stand up and wait for the bus. And some people in my apartment complex have little kids that they have to wait for the bus and have their kids wait in their strollers
Well,
during the
it all
rain,
starts
snow.
where I think that's part of what advocacy are like a stop sign, like putting a stop sign up in your
Yeah,
community to safeguard the
yeah,
community as it lives. Like that's what this program does as we live.
yeah. And to make sure that people who don't have a handicap placard or a handicap license plate don't park in the handicap parking spots, so the people who do need them can use them also.
You guys have been advocates for the Americans with Disabilities Act um, for many, many, many years. I know there's a lot of advocates that even on vacation, right? When they're on vacation, they see something that's not ADA compliant, they get to work. There is no rest when there's advocating to be done.
No, there isn't.
Well, it's your level of life. So
Mhm.
in a way, we have no choice.
Yeah.
That's why we're still doing it.
Yep, that's for sure.
and 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 it's very time consuming. Some people are like, oh, it's falling, it's not happening, it's not going to happen. But we continue, like, even if we're just like what do they say, if you're just spinning in place, you're still moving, so eventually it will move forward. Like,
Yeah,
so that's
true.
what we
So
do.
true.
So if we not see the results, someone after us will definitely see the results. And that's why I continue to do it even when it gets hard and I get tires. Yeah.
That's
I
great.
feel the same way, Anna Marie. I feel
Yeah,
the
for
same way
sure.
you do.
It's not a choice for me. It's my life. If God wakes me up, I do it.
That's powerful. Um,
Yep, I feel the same way.
yeah.
Every time I wake up in the morning, I thank God I'm still here. And when I go to bed, I thank him too, that I
And
saw another day come
is
to an end.
sorry, Miss Ellen, go ahead.
And I also like to point out that I have known people who I went to school with who had really bad uh, IDD, and some of them were in wheelchairs and they needed to be helped to go to the bathroom, and I helped them out because they couldn't talk because their talking box was going on the fritz. So I helped the teacher take them to the bathroom and stuff. And it was really cool to see that happen during my time growing up with going to special ed classes when I was growing up in Margate.
Excellent. You guys do a lot of advocating for other people around in your community, and that's fantastic. So I we have a few minutes left, about 2 minutes left. Is there anything you guys want to share before we close up?
I just like to thank you, Erin, for letting me come on and share my stories. And I like to thank the NJSSAN for letting me be part of the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Network and Project and letting me be president for a while and go to the different conferences we had in Minneapolis and St. Paul. And that was really fun to go out there and get to know those people out there and network and have fun. I'd like to thank you for all that.
I'm very happy that you're here today and you were able to join. So go ahead, Ginamarie.
I didn't want to cut line. Is it my turn or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing I just wanted to express with everyone that's listening is um some people think like our function is like a burden or like I believe that my life is this way for a reason, that I learn from it. I could teach other people that have encounters with me. I can learn from other people with the encounters I have with them. And I was at the State House in March to do a testify, and the ride service, it got all kinds of wonky and whatever. So I missed the connection, but as much as it got, um, the person that helped me try to get into the State House, it was like a aha moment for him because he was an aid worker for I forget the senator, but it was a southern county, so that's why I not know, sorry. But he said as he's walking me around and stuff, because I couldn't do steps at the state house, he's like, I had no idea how much more you had to go through just to get to this side of the other building. Like, so those we have those moments all day, every day. So like I just I feel empowered now. And I stopped saying I'm sorry as much as I used to. I used to do it so much. I was in the line at Walmart the other couple while back now. But a mother, she was like two up in front of me at the line. And her son had a helmet on, so you kind of know like there's something going on there. And she kept saying, I'm sorry, because her child started getting very verbal and he started getting overstimulated, like where he started rocking and whatever. So it was elevating other people. So they started to like and whatever. So the mom kept like trying to rush and stuff, and then she dropped her food and she's, I'm sorry. And it just triggered me. And I said, stop saying you're sorry. This is your life. This is your life function. We can wait. And if somebody not want to wait, they can move out of the line. That's advocating. So like every time like when people drive and they pause to let somebody over, that's advocating. Like it comes in so many different ways. So I just we do it more often than we realize, and when we do it together to um to provide safety and function for lives around us, there's no stopping what we can accomplish. I'm going to shut up now. I'll let Mr. Shondel go. Thank you, Miss Adara and Miss Erin and everybody for allowing this to be put together. And I'm very grateful. And you changed my life, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dina Marie. This is amazing.
I just want to thank everybody again who came today to learn more about advocacy and the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network. I have included some flyers and information about our program, our calendar, and our council meetings, our daily activities. We would love to have more people participate. It's all free, like Jean Marie said, and it is virtual, so it's very accessible. Please reach out to us if you're interested in joining a council or participating in any of those activities. Our website also has more information and resources, so please check that out. And I personally would like to give a huge thank you to Shondel, Ellen, and Ginamarie for taking the time to come on here and talk about this important issue and sharing your experiences. So thank you all so much. You guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you, Adara, for giving us this opportunity to create and host this panel. We appreciate that as well.
Thank you,
Adara,
everyone.
too. Thank you,
Have a
Adara,
great
too.
day.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, Erin.
Erin. Have a good, safe weekend, yes?
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Happy
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. Have fun.
Exactly.
Bye, Ellen, Shondel. It's good to see you.
Bye, Ginamarie. Good seeing you too. Have a safe weekend. Have fun.
Yes.
Good
Many
job, guys.
blessings. Oh,
Fine.
Miss Frankie, hi.